So welcome to another video. Trying out this new screen today. Yeah, it's ginormous, but I'll tell you what, it offers amazing weather protection. I wonder what the wind noise is like. From my perspective, it's bloody good. Believe it or not, this is the low version. The Isotta from Italy. Yeah, the high version is, well, I think it's about 6 inches taller. I suppose if you were like 6'6", you might want that one. But for me, at 5'8", that's perfect. It's just the top of the screen is just below eye level. So if I just hunch down a little bit, I'm completely behind it in a nice clean bubble of air. So it may not look pretty, I'll give you that, it doesn't look pretty. And it could possibly do with being angled back a little bit. But the good thing about this is it gives me plenty of room here. Because some screens are very close, you know, they're like there and you've got no room. Because the cub is so short this way, the handlebars are so close to the rider, especially a big screen like this, getting on and off, you're going to be smashing your head on the screen. So as this is, it's perfect. It just doesn't look that good. Am I prepared to put up with a not such lovely looking cub? Don't know. I might have to remake these brackets because they're not that rigid either. It's got a little bit of a wobble to it. It's not terrible. But the other thing is, when you come to fit the mirrors, this part of the bracket here, you can't have that any further back because you wouldn't get the mirrors on. So the new bracket, I might just make it straight out and down, I think, down and then up. So it'll be an inverted version of this one. So we're going to give it a good test today anyway, because it is quite windy today. It's probably going to act a bit like an air brake. You know, I can feel it already actually, because I've got quite a stiff headwind just here. Yeah, I can definitely feel it pushing it back. But the other good thing about this is it will keep the flies off, keep the camera clean, keep me clean and dry, I should imagine. My hands are nice and warm behind this, behind these bits. Built-in hand guards. Yeah, I like it. So far I like it a lot. So on to today's ride. We'll get back to the screen later, but for today I'm going to meet some of the lads at bobbing services, the usual place we meet, and we're going to sort of Deal direction. It's not far from Deal. and we're going to try and find the ham sandwich road sign. So it's quite an iconic sign, this is, because there's a little village called Ham, which is obviously isn't far from the little town of Sandwich. So the sign says ham on the top, sandwich on the bottom. So I'm doing an indicated 60 into a slight headwind, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, brilliant. You can definitely feel it, but it doesn't affect stability. That's the main thing. But you can feel the wind gusts. So it doesn't affect, headwinds don't affect it too badly. I sort of proved that with the Rickman on the C90. Headwinds make very little difference, because the human body isn't very aerodynamic, is it? So unless you're wearing full leathers and flat on the tank. Right, let's go and try and find this ham sandwich sign. Pete's going to lead. Good old Pete. I'm going to be tail end Charlie, which is a bit unusual for me to be at the back. Yeah, so we've got Pete in front on his new ADV 350 Honda. That's Dell on the YBR 250 Yamaha. Young Dave on the what is it, SH125 mode, and Rob in front of me on his new to him KTM 390 Duke. That is a nice machine. I wouldn't mind one of those. I had a 790 Duke for a while. A proper hooligan machine that was. I'll put a picture up on the screen if I can find one. But it looks very similar to Rob's 390. So they're 44 brake horsepower, and it's like the size of a 125. Tiny. I had a quick sit on it. Yeah, light as a feather. And they don't go for bad money either, they're quite reasonable. Because of the KTM woes in the world at the moment, KTM's cheap. But we're more than likely going to get lost today, because this sign is a bugger to find. I've looked for it before and never found it, but I spent a bit of time on Google Maps on the Street View searching for it, and I did find it. So I've got it on Google Maps as a dropped pin, so when we get closer I can call that up and take us to it. Yeah, I'm loving this screen, by the way. It's working beautifully. So what's the audio like? You have to let me know in the comments. I would imagine it was quite good, because from my perspective the audio is brilliant. And I tell you what, it's keeping all the bugs off my visor. May get a few bugs splattered on the screen later, but that's what it's for, isn't it? It's to protect me from the elements, and that includes bugs. far from Chilham now. This is a lovely big sweeping bends through here. You need a big bike though. Even flat out there wouldn't be much of a corner on this. There's a 50 speed limit anyway. So we've got some road closed signs. Peter's just done what Pete does and just ridden past them. Well, I would do the same as well. But there's no sign of a road closure. It was a few miles back now, so whether we do come across that or not, I don't know. There we've got this bloody pickup truck snuck in between the group. How annoying is that? We've got some traffic lights, but the road's not closed, is it? Yeah, who knows? Maybe they did close it and they just didn't take the signs down. That's quite common. See, Dave's been polishing his mode. Look at it, it's mint. So we're all back together and out in the twisties. That's more like it. Get off those busy roads. Yeah, we've just gone through Chilham, over the River Stour. Right, so I've taken over navigation because we're not far from it now. And I've taken my glove off and I can't get it back on. I wish I had touch sensitive gloves. Good job it's the left hand. So we'll stay on this road for a little bit. So also sat nav saying 0.9 of a mile, 3 minutes. And turn left up here somewhere. There we are, turn left. Fingalsham. I know I've looked for this sign before and never found it. Two minutes. Half a mile. Just about to see it from here. Right, left here. God, blimey. This looks familiar. I think I did this bit on the round Kent mileage challenge. The Kent Loop challenge. Looks very familiar. I like it. One minute, 0.1 of a mile. I think this is it. This is it, boys. So there's the ham sandwich sign. We found it. I'm glad we found that sign. I've looked for that for years. So we're going to head to Deal now, get some fish and chips, I think. And this is Deal. I can smell the chips. There's a nice little seaside town, Deal. Parked next to the push bikes. Yeah, I can smell those chips. So there's the pier. Deal Pier. Good fishing off there. Crispy chips. Back out in the twisties. Just gone through Canterbury. And we're on our way to Herne Bay. It's a nice little bit of road. It's just past Blean. Yeah, we're heading for Herne Bay to get a cup of tea. A much needed cuppa. Cup of Rosie Lee. Cockney rhyming slang for tea, if you didn't know. This is Herne Bay, or just outside, sort of Tankerton. A little cliff top cafe for our tea stop. If we can park. Yeah. Oh, Pete's got the right idea. Nice little tea stop, that place. Tankerton. I'm just going to make our way home now. Through Whitstable. Back roads that way. So I'm nearly home, so it's time to end the video. The others have gone off on their separate ways. Just me on my own. Been a really good day. Found the ham sandwich sign. Had a cracking bag of chips. A deal somewhere where we don't normally go. So we achieved our objective. Gave the screen a good test out. I actually really like this screen. It works ever so well. It doesn't look pretty, but boy does it work. I'll do a separate review on that. Tell you where you can get one if you want one. I don't expect many of you will. So I will say cheerio and see you on the next one.